guys, Kathy Beltran with Wings and Whispers. Welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we are starting step 10, which is our detail work. The last episode, I finished with using my ink, chalk paint, and adding that to all the feathers. I will now be bringing in silver lining chalk paint as well as white, and I will also be using the ink again. So what I typically do here is, depending on which layer I'm working on, I'll start on this top here. I will take a little bit of the silver lining and the brush stroke. It's not that I want you to go through every feather again and do what we did in the first three painting of the layers. So you're just going to come in. I'm trying to find a good angle for you. So you're just going to come in and every so often bring the silver lining in, and you'll just be maybe doing 2 to 3 brush strokes, and it will actually lighten up the feathers, and you'll bring it all the way and drag it. So this will be kind of quick for you, and you don't have to worry if you went too light on a feather, because you can always come back in with the dark. So I would do this step with all the feathers, and once I'm done with the silver and the white, I'll come back in with the ink and I'll do the exact same thing. When I get to that point, I'll kind of be thinking about where I want some of the feathers to be darker, and I might focus more on this area and a little bit here, and so I'll come in with the fan brush and do that. Now, the next step that you're going to want to do, and typically I just use a fan brush here, is I'll take a little bit of the black, get that on the tips, and you're going to want to focus on the center ridge line. And you'll want to focus on both sides, so you might want to come in and, let's see where I can do this one, right along the edge and bring it in and swoop it. You're just trying to clean up that edge. And you'll go all the way down to both sides, and you'll do that to every feather. And once you have that done, you might have to do that a couple times, and you might want to come back in with a silver lining because the centers get too dark, or the white. And once you're done with that and everything looks cleaned up on the edges, you'll come in with a liner brush, and we'll be working on the center white areas. We actually might have gotten paint on there when we were doing our feathering work, but what should be there is just that gesso white. So I come in with the liner brush, the easiest one that you can use that's as fine as possible, and grab some white. Make sure it's not too wet because it will drip, and go down each of the center ridge lines and cleaning it up. And you'll do that a couple times because you might have gotten some dark paint there. So once all that's done, you're ready for the next step. So that will be step 11. So remember, use your fan brushes to add more detailed using the silver lining, the white, and the ink. Come in with the ink on the edges of both sides of the ridge line, and then finally with the white. So that should take some time. I'm going to really take my time here because I really want my shading to be perfect. So happy painting your detail work, guys, and I will see you in episode 11.